Hello everyone, this is MD Varshit Khan, your friend, philosopher and guide. Welcome to the first lecture series of WBCS for all. As per our promise, I have started this lecture series especially for WBCS aspirants. This is first among them. আমি চেষ্টা করব যে আমি তিনটা ভাষা বাংলা হিন্দি বা ইংরেজিতে আপনাকে ভালো করে জিনিসটা বুঝিয়ে দিব, তাহলে আপনাকে একটু সুবিধা হবে. Now let's start the strategy. What is WBCS all about? Many of my friends who are very new in this examination, they think that it is what is all about. Before that, let me give a little bit of introduction of myself. My name is MD Varshit Khan. In year 2016, I got CTO rank 8 in WBCS Group A examination. Currently, I am working as an inspector backward class welfare in this block Bankura. Before that, I worked as a LIC development officer. I also qualified in the railway NTPC exam. I got the cutoff of CA. I also got the cutoff of monetary development officer. Before that, I did my BTech from Assumption College. Whatever what I am saying is not for the publicity purpose. The purpose is that so that you will get the feeling that I have the knowledge, I have the experience, which I will share you to how to qualify all those examinations, especially WBCS for all. Let's begin, and for more detail you can follow the PowerPoint. Now, what is WBCS? What are the pattern, syllabus, preparation? First of all, let me begin with the WBCS examination. The first and the very first examination is of this being WBCS prelims examination. The examination will of 200 marks. There will be 8 sections, each consists of 25 marks. And the pattern is almost same every year. You can see there are English, history, national movement, polity, science, general science, math and reasoning, geography, current affairs, etc. After that, if you will qualify the prelims examination, then you will get into the mains examination. In the mains examination, there are three different sets of examination. For those who are applying for West Bengal WBCS Civil Service Group A and B, for them the examination is of 1600 marks, and for those who are applying for Group C and D, the examination is for 1200 marks. Paper 1 is compulsory language paper, whatever language you will choose, Bengali, Hindi, Urdu or Nepali. There are 40 questions, each question is of there are 5 questions, each question is of 40 marks. Okay, after that on the same day you will give paper 2, that is the compulsory English paper of 200 marks. The pattern is almost the same, that is the 5 questions of 40 marks each. Now let's begin the GS. What is GS all about? The first paper is history, 100 marks history plus 100 marks geography, and in GS paper 1 that is of 200 marks. After that GS paper 2, that is 200 marks. There is no sectional division, but it consists of science, environment, computer, current affairs and general knowledge. Then come to the GS paper 3, that is of 200 marks, and it is basically 100 from polity and 100 from economy. After that GS paper 4, that is for 200 marks, that is 100 maths and maybe reasoning. Sometimes it may be 100, but more or less the pattern is same. You have to give 200 marks examination. These 6 paper is compulsory for every examination, whether you are appearing for Group A, Group B, Group C or D. And after that, those who are determined to give WBCS Group A and B, and they have to give one optional paper, that is they have to choose any of the paper. And a optional paper is also means you have to choose any of the papers which is from the list, and there will be two means GS optional paper 1 and paper 2, and each question means each paper is consist of 200 marks and 200 marks, and the total tally in the mains examination for West Bengal Group A and B is 1600 for A and B and 1200 for C and D, because you don't have to give a mains optional paper for C and D. After that comes the most interview, that is the interview session. For Group A and B, the interview is of 200 marks, that is the total consists of 1800, and for C the interview is 150 marks, the total marks is 1350, and for D the interview marks is 100 and the total is 1300. Now let's begin with the what are the resources which you have to follow for WBCS. First of all, there are some common subjects like history, geography, polity, economy, general science, reasoning, math, environment, computer, current affairs. Let's see one of them one by one. First consists of the history section. It is a very important section because in prelims examination this section is of 50 marks, 25 marks for all over the history and 25 marks for Indian national movement. Let's begin with the ancient and medieval India. You have 2 options. Either you follow the old NCERTs of ancient India and medieval India. The ancient India written by Ram Charan Sharma and medieval India written by Satish Chandra, or if you are not getting these two books, you may refer the new book of Tata McGraw-Hill, that is Poonam Kumar Deji. The pics is given there, and if you will go into the college street and in internet also, you will get those books. After that, now let's come to the modern India section. I will personally recommend the book of Rajiv Vahi, Spectrum, A Brief History of Modern India. It is given in a very lucid manner, very easy manner, very interactive. Some of the friends also recommend Krishna and Reddy. I personally avoided this book because it is a very thick book and the language is also very difficult. But if you will follow Rajiv Vahi, I think it will be much better. And maybe the difference and opinion is different from person to person. But I personally followed this book and I think it is very beneficial. Now let's come to the polity section. The one-stop solution for Indian polity is M. Lakshmikant. Most of the people say, but it's a very thick book. The next, I will soon try to upload a video that which chapter you have to avoid in Indian polity. Okay, and but you have to read this book. And I think if you will read this book thoroughly for 2-3 times, it is enough for any of the examination, not for WBCS, in fact for railway, UPSC and everything. In fact, I am also preparing for UPSC, and I think this is one of the best book available for the polity. Okay, now let's come to the geography section. For Indian world geography and for especially West Bengal geography, I personally recommend Kartik Chandra Mandal book. It is also available in English and Hindi, and this book is very beneficial from examination point of view. If you can read 11 and 12 NCERT, and after that if followed by the book of Kartik Chandra Mandal, it is more than enough, I think, especially for WBCS examination. Most of the friends recommend Majid Hussain Khullar, but they are very thick book and the cost benefit ratio is not so much. Okay, after that comes to the environment section. There are two options. The first one is the environment book written by first one is the environment book written by Shankar IAS Academy. You may refer that, but it is very easy to learn, means it is given in a very lucid manner. I personally have went through the book. It is written in a very lucid manner and you will get a very good idea of environment all about. And some of the friends also recommend lucid environment. You may also prefer that. Okay, and after that come to the most important section, that is the math and reasoning section. For this, I personally refer the book of Rakesh Yadav, 700-300 objective of quantitative aptitude and 703 of reasoning. Is very good and it is written in a very good manner. The solutions are given on, even you will get the solution on the book. Apart from that, there is a barcode. If you will scratch the barcode, you will get all the answers online in video format also. You may went through this book. It is very beneficial. Okay, and next comes the most important thing. I think it is the prerequisite for any of the exam, that is the WBCS scanner. You may choose, you may refer any other book, but in scanner I personally recommend this book because in scanner the question is given in the more than 17 the question of previous year questions have of last 17 years is given there, including prelims and mains, and the topic wise and the chapter wise differentiation is given there. Means you will, a particular chapter is given and the question year wise is given there. That is very good. Okay, so I personally recommend this book. And after that comes to the miscellaneous section, that is how to follow the miscellaneous or GK. I personally go through the Tarun Goyal GK book. It is a very small book. You may go through that. The miscellaneous section is very, very good. And for question bank, you may refer the GK question bank of Tarun Goyal of 600 to 250 MC question. It is given in a very good manner. And for current affairs, you may refer Vision IAS question PDF, Vision IAS upload PDF of every year. That is very good. And for prelims examination, I may refer this. That is the Diary of Events of the Hindu, that generally published on the first week of January. So that if you are going to give the examination of 2018 prelims, then on the first week of January you will get the last events of 1 year, entire events of 1 year. That is very good and you will get a very good idea. It is of only 15 or 10 pages, but it covers the all entire current affairs. I personally went through that in 2016 prelims examination and even in 2017 prelims examination. It is very beneficial. After that you may also refer monthly vision current affairs note. But most of my friends, they recommend that what about science and technology, what about science and technology, what about computers. For computer, you may go through the Lucent computer book, that is of 40 and 50 pages only. They cost around 60 rupees. It is very good. And for science, I will recommend that soon I will upload a video, PDFs. I will uploading already PDFs on WBCS for all, and I also try to upload PDFs. There is no any book which I can recommend for science. There are a lot of books in fact, but the cost benefit ratio is not so much. But if you want to have a very good idea, then you may go through the NCERT of class 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is more than sufficient for the basic ideas, and for more, stay updated on WBCS for all. I try to help my friends since I am also preparing for UPSC, so I am up to date of everything. And last but not the least, I try to encourage us. Thank you very much. Do share and promote this video. Give your opinion in the comment book, and if you ping us and give your opinion in the comment box on which topic you want to make me videos, because I want to share the knowledge and experience which I have to maximize the benefit for the poor and privileges which are rampant in the society and who can't afford expensive coaching.